Hello?
7 days. 7 days, you're gonna die.
Okay.
Hey, what you doing?
Hey! What's up?
Hey, nothing.
Yeah.
Weren't you supposed to die in 7 days, or what's going on with that? Is that today, or what?
Oh my gosh. How did I not die? Hey guys, it's me, May, and today I'm going to be talking about the theory of quantum immortality. Um, I'm completely engrossed in this theory. I've been reading about it 24/7. It's actually an issue. But I wanted to post this and see what you guys think about it. I'm going to get into my opinions on it at the end. Not that a lot of people will care, but that's okay. Nonetheless, here's me trying to explain it because it's very fascinating. So, yeah. Okay, guys. So, first thing we're going to do is define quantum immortality. And basically, what quantum immortality is, it's the idea that your consciousness or someone's soul can live on after their death in this world in another realm. So, what this indicates is that a lot of near death experiences would be people actually reality shifting into a new universe and dying in this one. So, for example, let's say someone is in a car crash and they really shouldn't have survived the crash. It was kind of like miraculous that they survived. The idea is that they actually didn't survive the crash, but they think that they did because their soul continued on into a new and extremely similar reality. So, with that being said, whenever you read about quantum immortality, a lot of what you're going to be reading is very miraculous near death experiences, and people then going on to describe their life after that experience being a little bit different, whether it be in their personality, something as small as like their hairbrush changing, being a different color than they remember, or their spouse acting a little bit different. Some little things will be off, and that is an indication of reality shifting. So, obviously, this theory assumes that there is multiple universes and multiple realities that are very similar to the ones that we're living in. And within immortality and infinity, every single possible thing that can happen will happen. So, it's really just like this infinite like world of possibility and different realities. So this is where like the immortality comes from. Is that whenever you die, you just shift into another life, and you never truly die. But what a lot of people believe within this theory, not everyone, but a lot of people, is that you can die forever. You don't have to always shift into a new reality where you're awake and conscious and living. But in order to truly die and for your soul to be set free out of the physical world, you would have to be like spiritually enlightened. Okay, guys, so naturally you may be curious, well, where does this idea of spiritual enlightenment come from if this theory claims that you're immortal? How could you achieve spiritual enlightenment, and why are we continuing to live these lives if there's some sort of like spiritual aspect to this cycle? So, the idea of spiritual enlightenment and a reason for reality shifting comes from the fact that a lot of people who experience near death happenings, I guess, recall the same visions, and a lot of these visions are entities, angels, or family members telling them, now is not your time, you cannot be here. And then they wake up back in real life. And a lot of people believe that this could be so that we learn something, that our spirits are actually choosing to come back to real life in order to just like have fun and experience life. And some people believe that it's to repay karmic debt or suffer for your sins, because there is a lot of suffering in our world, and also maybe possibly even more suffering in a reality that we have yet to shift into. So these are the reasons of that line of thinking. So yeah. The next thing that I wanted to address within quantum immortality is its connection to the Mandela effect, which I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with. So obviously the Mandela effect connects a lot to this theory because of the reality shifting aspect and things being slightly different in the world that you enter into. So for example, let's say someone dies in a reality. And in that reality, the Berenstein Bears was Stein, right? And then they die and they shift into another very similar reality. But all of a sudden, the Berenstein Bears is Berenstain Bears. Very weird. So this is just like a little example of those details that people are talking about. And this is definitely like a plausible explanation for the Mandela effect. The last thing that I wanted to address with this theory is how I believe that this could tie into reincarnation. So obviously with reincarnation, there's a lot of stories about kids saying things like, oh, I was a World War II fighter pilot, and then finding out that the pilot's name and the plane number really did exist. And obviously you have to account within these stories for like fraud and people lying and making things up. But what I always like tell people whenever I'm talking to them about things like this is that even if one out of the thousands of reincarnation stories is true, even if one out of the thousands of ghost stories is true, what does that say? Like, what does that mean? It just kind of gets you like questioning and considering the fact that things aren't always as they seem. Anyways, that was a little tangent, but I believe that this theory could connect to reincarnation, because although in reincarnation people recount being a different person, this could be because they're remembering a reality shift from centuries ago or thousands of years ago even, whenever they were so different that they were an entirely different person, but the same soul. And what I mean by that is that in each little reality shift that they've taken throughout life, they've changed just a little bit until they become an entirely new person. Because once again, within the realm of infinity, everything is possible, and everything that is possible will happen. Okay, guys, so lastly, as far as my opinions on quantum immortality, I'm struggling because I recently became Christian, and now I have like all these rogue like theories that I'm reading about and thinking about, and I'm like, can I believe in them? I don't know, since I'm Christian now, you know what I mean? But I think even within the perspective of Christianity, and I'm not pushing this on anyone, believe what you want. But as far as a Christian perspective, I think it could make a little bit of sense, because personally I believe that God reveals to us what needs to be revealed in his time. And I think that reality shifting could be a mechanism for us to learn and gather godly knowledge on this planet before we truly die and either go to heaven or hell. So I think it's plausible. It's just a theory though. I don't like personally full-heartedly believe in it, but I love reading about it. And yeah, so anyways, I hope you guys liked the video, and if you have anything you would like to see, let me know in the comments, or just any critiques are always appreciated. Yeah, so see you guys later. Bye.